Morning.
Good morning.
Good to see y'all. We're going to go to 1 Samuel 17:17. 1 Samuel 17:17. I see you. We're going to be looking at David. The Israelites and the Philistines are camped on each side, like on the edge of a mountain or a large hill. And there's a valley in the middle. And this champion Goliath has come out and he's presented himself 40 days that somebody might be presented to him that they might fight. This was the old way, even way back then. It would be decided if two men fought. The entire outcome of the battle would be decided by such a thing. All right, and in verse 17, 1 Samuel 17:17 over there. And Jesse said unto David his son, Take now for thy brethren an ephah of this parched corn, and these 10 loaves, and run to the camp to thy brethren. And carry these 10 cheeses unto the captain of their 1,000, and look how thy brethren fare, and take their pledge. Now Saul and they and all the men of Israel were in the valley of Elah, fighting with the Philistines. And David rose up early in the morning, and left the sheep with the keeper, and took and went as Jesse had commanded him. And he came to the trench as the host was going forth to the fight, and shouted for the battle. For Israel and the Philistines had put the battle in array, army against army. And David left his carriage in the hand of the keeper of the carriage, and ran into the army, and came and saluted his brethren. And as he talked with them, behold, there came up the champion, the Philistine of Gath, Goliath by name, out of the armies of the Philistines, and spake according to the same words. And David heard them. And all the men of Israel, when they saw the men, fled from him, and were sore afraid. And the men of Israel said, Have ye seen this man that is come up? Surely to defy Israel is he come up, and it shall be, that the man who killeth him, the king will enrich him with great riches, and will give him his daughter, and make his father's house free in Israel. And David spake to the men that stood by, saying, What shall be done to that man that killeth this Philistine, and taketh away the reproach from Israel? For who is the uncircumcised Philistine, that he should defy the armies of the living God? And the people answered him after this manner, saying, So shall it be done to the man that killeth him. And Eliab, his eldest brother, heard when he spake unto the men of Eliab's anger was kindled against David, and he said, Why comest thou down hither? And with whom hast thou left those few sheep in the wilderness? I know thy pride, and the haughtiness of thine heart, for thou art come down that thou mightest see the battle. And David said, What have I now done? Is there not a cause? And he turned from him toward another, and spake after the same manner. And the people answered him again after the former manner. And when the words were heard which David spake, they rehearsed them before Saul. And he sent for him. And David said to Saul, Let no man's heart fail because of him. Thy servant will go and fight with the Philistine. And Saul said to David, Thou art not able to go against the Philistine to fight with him, for thou art but a youth, and he a man of war from his youth. And David said unto Saul, Thy servant kept his father's sheep, and there came a lion and a bear, and took a lamb out of the flock. And I went out after him, and smote him, and delivered it out of his mouth. And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard, and smote him, and slew him. Thy servant slew both the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them, seeing he hath defied the armies of the living God. David said, Moreover, the Lord that delivered me out of the paw of the lion, and out of the paw of the bear, he will deliver me out of the hand of this Philistine. And Saul said unto David, Go, and the Lord be with you, be with thee. Now David was minding his own business, tending the sheep, and his father says, go over there and give these bread to the army, because they're probably a little dismayed about the outcome of this battle. And take these 10 cheeses to the captain of their 1,000. So David, being the dude he was, wandered off with the things and was going about his own business. And there's a lot of times in our lives that we are just minding our own business and we're about life, or you're at work, or you're walking around town. But David sought the will of God in his life, and he saw an opportunity to tell these guys the truth and be brave. And that's the thing about it, is that there's going to be these circumstances all over your life where you're going to be out and you're going to be minding your own business. And an opportunity, a door is going to open, and you're going to be able to tell somebody the truth about the gospel and Jesus Christ and what he did at Calvary. And that's where it's at. And you can have this confidence, if you have none other, that who is that Philistine to defy the armies of the living God? When David is talking to Goliath here later on in the chapter, it's a wonderful chapter. If you just continue reading, and he says, the Lord delivers not with sword and spear and with shield, but the battle is the Lord's. And that's what it is. Every battle in our life, it's not your battle. You're bought with a price. You have no strength. Jesus is our strength, and Jesus is going to fight that battle with us. And as you pick the 5 smooth stones and hurled it at the Philistine, there's those giants in our life. And that rock is Jesus Christ. So those are our personal battles. But we're going to be presented with these opportunities, because David probably didn't see it coming. I mean, they're the armies of the living God. He's just going over there to see them throw down on the Philistines, and they're all depressed, and nobody wants to fight Goliath because they're afraid of him, because he's a mighty man. And David's just a little skinny kid. And he fights him because he knows who his God is. It's just like Jonathan over there. He took his armor bearer and wandered out. And he said, and they come under the camp of the Philistines, and he says, well, if they say we're coming down, and we'll stand our ground, because the battle is, the Lord is able to deliver the battle into our hands with few or with many. And that's the confidence that he had, because Jonathan knew who his God was. And we need to hold reverence in our lives every day, who our God is and what he's capable of. And he says, if they come down hither, we'll stand here and we'll fight them. If they say come up there, we'll go up there. And they're standing down there, and the Philistines, oh look, the armies of Israel will come out of their hole. Come up here and let us show you a thing. And Jonathan's like, you're going to learn today. And him and his armor bearer killed a bunch of them guys. And that's what it is. But the thing about it is that the people of Israel, they had lost hope for some reason in who their God was. Because prior to this, there wasn't a blacksmith in Israel. They had their axes, and they had their farming implements. And when they needed them sharpened, they would go to the Philistines, and the Philistines would sharpen them. So the very early battles Saul was even fighting, the only people that had swords were him and his son Jonathan, and they were able to wipe out anybody that was in their way, because the battle is the Lord's. And that's the confidence we need to have every day, is that it's not our fight, the battle is the Lord's, and he's able to deliver them into our hands. Brother GJ, would you dismiss us to our